Howdy folks, welcome to the new bar area. You can't really see much at the moment because it's really hasn't been anything done in here yet. Got the kegerator in the corner. I've just dragged the old sideboard out, which used to have the TV on it, the old brewery. Just so I've got somewhere to stand. The rest there's a little bit of mess around here still. This is very much still a work in progress. But anyway, here be first beer tasting in the new bar area, and this is the first beers that were being brewed in the new brewery. So it's a fairly important day. Anyway, let's see, two beers, two IPAs, one cold IPA, one milkshake IPA. So let's have a bit of quick chat and a bit of taste on these fellas. Let's not muck around too much. Cold IPA. This was the beer that was the split of the Nara Freshwater Kit Pilsner. The brew was initially part of the Freeway Lager trial. I split half of that and made it into a cold IPA by adding a few hops and citra, citra, lemon drop and some Eldorado into a short boil into a whirlpool before going to ferment, and then in two separate dry hops. That's her. Then unfortunately my target for that was a beer of about 6.7% ABV, and we're around that mark. We're about 6.6 on the final figures when it finished fermenting. Then in a bit of a stuff up, which included when this fella was going to keg, I put too much of the base Pilsner into the cold IPA. I just didn't transfer. I had to change disconnects on the transfer line, and forgot to take the other end off the keg. So the cold IPA ended up with a little bit more of the base Pilsner in it. It wasn't meant to have any, but ended up with base Pilsner in it. So it has pulled it from somewhere around what I estimate about 42 IBUs, as I said, at about 6.6% ABV. It's pulled it down to what I estimate to be somewhere in the vicinity of 28-30 IBU and about 5.8% ABV. So she's nice. She's actually quite gassy. I still haven't got the taps completely worked out here, but I did push tap 1 and 2 onto a slightly higher gas via the mini regs. Wasn't necessarily intending to have this cold IPA, but that's where I went. This fella, this is the Milkshake IPA. So this is 11 days, so 13 days since it was kegged and put onto the gas in the fridge. Milkshake IPA. This was half of that. Oh, yeah, thereabouts. Put into a keg with some lactose, some dry oat malt, some dry wheat malt, some pineapple chunks and the juice out of a tin. Now I'll put a link up to both, like the brew day and those videos where the transfer happened, if you want to go back and have a closer look at exactly what was going on there. And then let it re-ferment in a keg for, end up being 5 days, and then it's gone, transferred and gone on tap. So this has now been on tap on gas for 6 days. Now you see, I'll put a picture up here. It was very milky initially. Basically got on transfer. Obviously we dragged an awful lot of yeast from that initial keg because I hadn't doctored the dip tube or anything. That it wasn't adjusted to be a ferment keg. It was just a straight keg, so it's dragged all the yeast that had developed during that second ferment and brought it over. So the first couple of samples were quite milky and quite, you can see, very cloudy and very sort of whitish looking. It's now starting, for 6 days, it's starting to drop and look like a real beer. It's starting to get a reasonable bit of gas in it. It's still not really pushing any head, and I don't know how much head it's going to hold because it has got that pineapple juice and stuff in there. But again, 6 days, I'm not particularly concerned. It is progressing. But I didn't want to get it on because this is the beers. It's not a huge amount. It's probably only about 4 litres of it, so you know, half a carton-ish. So it's not going to last real long, and it's a beer that really does need to get done fresh. But anyway, let's start with the cold IPA. Well, I said 13 days since it's been kegged off, come off the fermenter, and it's really coming along nicely. There was a little bit of grassiness in the hops, like initially, which is to be expected. So 2 weeks, and that nose is really getting the fruit on it now, not just that stinky hop note that was in it originally. Yeah, it smells really good. It's got a lovely head. Anyway, let's go at it. Oh, it's yummy. It's yummy. And as much as the overall IBU has been dragged down with that extra base Pilsner going in there, which is possibly a lucky thing because it is the hops are quite big. And I think realistically, had it been just left at the original level, I think it would have been possibly too intense. It would have been, I think it may have been over the top. As it is, it's worked out bit of a happy accident. And I was a bit concerned about the amount of hop that was going in. The dry hop, top of my head, there was, I think it was 30 gram on the first, which was 15 grams of Citra, I think, and lemon drop. I don't think I put El Dorado in the first dry hop, and the second dry hop had, oh, it should be bloody warm in here, had 15 grams, again, the Citra, lemon drop, and the El Dorado. So, with 60 grams of hops over 2 dry hops in what was 10 litres, so it wasn't not monstrous, but it's big enough, and yeah, I think it could have been a little bit big. As it is, it's drinking really nice. I think it may settle just a little bit more yet. There's still a little bit of savage hop underneath there, but the fruit flavours are coming up. That little bit of lemon and citrus, there's some peach coming up under the bottom. Tropical notes are just starting to come up, so I think realistically another week or two, I think that's going to be at its prime. But it's definitely worked. It certainly shows that you can get a good cold IPA out of that Pilsner base. If you want to get yourself a fresh wort kit, and you don't want to do necessarily 20 litres of one beer, that's a fine way of splitting it. Works really well. It's dead simple. I know the Milkshake fella, I said, she's certainly not looking as appetising, and from here, and I don't know, this probably isn't going to show up from where you are, but from here it very much looks like a glass of fruit juice, carbonated fruit juice at that. But the nose is nowhere near as intense as this, and bearing in mind this is the original cold IPA with that extra added to it. So my estimates on this fella is that this is sitting about 6.8% ABV. Should be that 42 IBU, but I said it's had a fair amount of oats and wheat and that lactose thrown at it to to balance it out. But anyway, let's have a go at it. Yeah, so it's got that same hop flavours going on. It's got quite a big mouth. the pineapples there, it's almost got it's like a smoothie vibe actually, and that's like it's just on the end of the palate. You're getting it on the front of the tongue and at the back of the mouth. It's not coming till the hops have gone, till the beer itself has cleared the mouth, and then you're getting that creamy pineapple for the finish. Yeah, it's that big body, but it's soft. Pineapple is like a juicy, but yeah, it's definitely got a that smoothie milkshakey sort of a feel. I think it's done a really good job of creating that style of beer. It's starting to clear, which I'm hoping it won't clear any more than that. And given it's got a whack at the oats and the wheat, I'm hoping that it won't clear too much. I did have a glass of this 2 days ago, and it hasn't really, doesn't seem to have gotten any lighter since then. So I'm hoping this is sort of the where it's going to stay. And that coloured IPA is still a little bit, it's clear, but it's still a long way off being bright. But you can see, hopefully you can see there the difference. But yeah, I'm really happy with both of those beers. Like I said, there's not a real lot of that in the keg. It probably was only about 4 litres. They got transferred in the end. But I'm happy with that. It's certainly not a beer you're going to sit down and drink a lot of. So it'll go nicely. Leading into autumn as the weather starts to slowly cool off a little bit, and we dive out of summer. Cold IPA. Thanks to the mix up of the lines, I've now got pretty much 9 litres of this beer, as opposed to the 6 litres of the initial cold IPA I should have had. This I'm going to drink wholeheartedly without any problem. As it stands, probably sitting more on the side of a quite hoppy strong lager, as opposed to a straight up cold IPA. It doesn't quite have the full depth that it should have, with that base malt, that extra base pills being in there. But hey, when you get a good beer that's good to drink, it's a win regardless, and especially you get more of it than sort of planned. But either way, both beers have worked really well. So just a little bit of something to think about when you're looking at putting your beers together, and you haven't just got to go for a simple, just follow the, take the kit and just do what the kit says you've got to do. It just shows it's not hard to get yourself a variety of beers without going for brewing a whole batch. And potentially maybe getting a beer that you're not happy with, or you're not going to drink off like that. I'm not going to drink a lot of that. I've never been a huge fan of the Milkshake IPA, which is why I've never brewed one. So this is where this worked out really well. It gave me a chance to try it without having a lot of it, without having to blow a whole brew day, without having to go through $60 to $80 worth of ingredients to brew a whole batch, and then go, okay, well, I don't know that I really want to drink it. What I do get is enough beer I can drink it without any problem, and I can turn it over reasonably fast. But keeps the brewing a little bit interesting, keeps the drinking a little bit interesting. There are plenty of people out there that are going to be drinking 1 beer over and over, or 2 beers. But You know, if you're like me, you like having a couple of different beers, this is certainly one way of going around doing it. And like I said, started with one freshwater kit. I've got these 2 beers. I still got a 9 litre keg. Well, the best part thereof you have a nice pilsner, which is going to come on another video because that's got to wait for that free lager tasting to come. But anyway, that's me. Too warm out here to sit here and keep raving on. I've got things to do. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me at the temporary bar. I'll be seeing you soon in some more videos. If you're interested in Patreon, there's links down below. If you subscribe to the channel, thank you. If you're not, hit the subscribe link down there. Thank you to the guys that are currently Patreon that have stuck around with the changes and are still here. Yeah, I haven't gone away, and we're going to keep doing still going to keep doing some playing around and some experimenting, looking at some different things on the channel. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. For now, that's me. I'm done. Until I see you in the next video, and we're brewing beer, drinking beer, talking beer. Good brewing.